everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author, and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 tropes that I hate in young adult. I haven't done one of these videos for a long while, so I thought that because they're always fun, I'd talk about the tropes that I hate. I've done this before back in 2019, which I will link up in the cards. I'm hoping there's no sort of like repeating, but we'll see how it goes. So number 1, not like other girls. I see this a lot in young adult, less so now than in the past, but it still pops up from time to time. This trope is simply that this teen girl is different. She isn't like other girls. She's not into pretty clothes and doing the cliche girly things, but she is an academic or whatever. And it just annoys me because I don't know about you, but there are all different kinds of girls out there. And it's usually that they're big into studying, and it kind of implies that most girls are airheads who just want to get with a cute boy and not care about their grades. Which is completely false and a little sexist to boot. A lot of the popular girls at my school, which I know was back in the 90s and I'm old, but anyway, a lot of the popular girls in my school were also really academic. Like, I wasn't popular, I wasn't at the top of any charts, but I did focus on studies, and so did they. It's this whole idea of othering someone, making them out to be unique and special because they're not like those other girls who are complete airheads and just don't care about what this poor guy might be thinking or feeling. Like, we get it. He's hot, he's smart, he wants a girl who will take him seriously, not just because of his looks, and she's not like other girls, so she could be the one for him. No, she's just a different kind of girl. She's like other girls because girls, here's a new flash, are not a monolith, and they don't all act the same way under the same stereotypes. Just find some other way to single this girl out without throwing the rest of her peers under the bus. Number 2, the quiet geek who saves the day. This one I usually see in thrillers and such, but they're not a main character. They're just someone who so-and-so knows, or they happen to be really good with computers, or whatever, and because of that they come through in the nick of time to save the day. The trope in itself doesn't really bother me. I don't mind having someone who comes in to help the main character. What bothers me is the character is usually only there as a plot device. They have no character, they're not part of the social circle, they are literally only called to the page when they are needed, and are usually flat characters. This bugs me because if you're going to save the day, shouldn't you at least have some bigger part to play? Otherwise it just kind of smacks of lazy writing and just having someone come through at the 11th hour to save everyone, a character who no one spoke to before bar the odd hello in the corridor. And usually once they save the day, they disappear and are never heard from again. And it's like, why not have that person be part of the main group? Why not give them a personality? Why make them a stereotype and a trope? Let the quiet geek have some agency and some friends and an actual life, you know? It just annoys me because I was one of the quiet geeks, and yet I still had a core group of friends, and when other students asked for my help, I was happy to give it and made new friends because of it. Maybe mix it up a little, that's all that I'm asking. Number 3, pairing everybody up by the end of the book. This doesn't just apply to romance, and it's not a hate in that I will not read, more an annoyance that bugs me when I'm reading a book and or series. This is when everyone in the group gets paired up with someone by the end of the book. Pretty much as it sounds. My issue comes from the fact that even if they didn't seem to really like each other, suddenly we're supposed to believe they would date? And what about those in the group who just aren't interested in dating? Nope, that doesn't happen according to these books. And they're always het couples, at least in the books I've read, like people who shared a couple of pages together and are now all hooked up and planning to live happily ever after. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me that every single person would fall in love with someone in their group. It's not how romance works, and while it does happen a lot in romance series, and I'm here for it because they're usually different books and different stories told, when it happens outside of that, I just kind of want to go, really? They all happen to like different people and all of them got together? Really? Are you sure? And you might be thinking, yeah, these are part of the popular crowd, and maybe that's true, but it still kind of feels like all the hand of God to me with everyone dating. Your mileage may vary. Number 4. Stupid decisions for plot reasons. I feel like this one also includes the misunderstanding that could be fixed if they just spoke to each other trope as well, which I know is not popular either. Because we're dealing with young adult, we're dealing with teens doing things that maybe most teens don't do, depending on the genre. But when it comes to taking a risk or making a stupid decision that even they know is going to blow up in their face, simply because it moves the plot forward and allows for all the consequences to happen, I get annoyed. It's like the author couldn't come up with a reason for this super fun plot point to happen, so they just made their character do something that anyone can see, and usually even the character can see, is not the best choice. And it's not usually their only option either. It's usually a choice between good idea and stupid one. And character goes, let's do the dumb one and see what happens. And it annoys me for obvious reasons. Like, if they made the good decision and this plot point didn't happen, you could move a whole chunk of the story and lose nothing. Especially when the stupid decision leads nowhere but filler plot. Like, rather than calling the cops with their solid evidence, they decide to go track down the killer themselves. And then end up hurt or trapped or framed for a crime. And it's like, they could have gone to the cops in the first place, but no, they just went and did a dumb thing for plot. I can understand if they went to the cops and got fobbed off and then felt like they had no choice, but it rarely happens like that, and it just annoys me. And number 5, no consequences, like, ever. As someone who has been writing YA for a number of years, I know that there are sometimes cases where there aren't consequences for what the characters have been up to. This can be anything from not getting grounded, to being rewarded for doing something dumb, to not getting any injuries, though they are in a serious accident or attacked and the like. And it just doesn't work like that. The world doesn't work like that. If your main character is late to school, there should be consequences, just like they were if they were in a serious fight. They should have some scratches or injuries to show for it. I don't just mean like parents not noticing, but no one thinking it odd about what's going on. The school just let them retake their test. The parents don't notice that their kid is out of all hours. They never get hurt. They never get turned away. Everything's just always great for them. Or they slip through by the skin of their teeth. I understand not wanting every single action to have a negative effect, but at least let some of them do. Otherwise, it's starting to make me wonder just how real the story is, and it can pull me out a book like nothing else. As a parent, kind of a teen myself, I know there are always going to be consequences to some of their actions. Even if they're minor, they happen. So bear that in mind and make sure the knock-on effect happens. It usually leads to good conflict. So there we go, those are the top 5 tropes that I hate in young adult at the moment. And basically, yeah, I know I've done this video before. I haven't rewatched my last one, so I don't know how much of this is a repeat. I don't think much of it is though, so, you know, hopefully I haven't just done 2 videos that are completely the same. So what's one trope that you really hate in your either chosen genre or your age category? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like, or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pick up Lights Off, which is the 3rd in a young adult dystopian trilogy. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Author City in Birmingham in July 2023, where I'll be signing books. All the links to which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.